You're wearing the whites.
I got a gift for you. I got a bottle. Inhale the watermelon.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Today we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. One started, and we are underway in Southern California. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. At their own 19-yard line.
Run.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
The last run got 6, now second and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Calling a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left. On first and 10, it's Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That play going nowhere thanks to Devin McCourty.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 5.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, just an excellent play there by the defense to not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
They certainly did appear to be locked in, and with how this offense was moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end this series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays, maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
Raiders set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On 2nd down, Swift. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Mayfield now from the 50. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Raiders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion, Hill. Henry again on 2nd down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Coming up with the Pro Bowl season 2020, many of us were stunned when Bradley Chubb had 0 sacks in 2021. That did come in only a 7-game season due to injuries. Cause for some concern, but he also had 19.5 sacks in his first 2 years as a full-time starter.
Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. After 1, 7-0. ODA Sports.
The end of the first quarter with the score Raiders 7, Chargers 0.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. 4th down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, all right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt, you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. And that pass, a big one for Matt Stafford, folks. He just went over 50,000 career passing yards. Just the 12th ever NFL quarterback to do that. The former #1 pick in 2009 out of Georgia. Been so durable, so dependable in his career. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Chargers 0. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken just shy of the 10. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little how would you say it, dire, and they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, we're 33.
Mayfield to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And the Chargers.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Chargers first down.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw, Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Mayfield. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now the second-year man from Carolina, this is Michael Carter. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the Raiders' 35-yard line.
Hey, we're 33.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Mayfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's James. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's another Chargers first down.
First down, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action. Stafford. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Evan Ingram, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 21-0.
Raiders 21, Chargers nothing. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
James has got it. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And the Chargers first down.
Mayfield on first down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Shaq Thompson gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Point it right.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. Room here to run. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
This is taken just shy of the 10, and he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken from about the 12. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
In motion goes the tight end. Henry again on second down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Oh, he bowls over him. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a toss for Swift left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And the Raiders have got him. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mayfield looks to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought down. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Swift, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Second down and goal. Mayfield. And this will be caught. It's Johnson for the Charger touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. It got his man, complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. To the air again, Stafford. Open man, completes it to Claypool. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Stafford. Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Mayfield now. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Diggs going in motion right. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 33. 21 yards there on third down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up.
Touchdown! Devontae Adams, 33 yards. And the Raiders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Raiders 35, Chargers 6. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Taken down back at the 12-yard line.
To try again after the sack, Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Marco Wilson. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
In motion, Hill. After the interception, here's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the Chargers 3-yard line.
Now they send a man in motion right. On 2nd and goal, Stafford. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now Prater to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Raiders 42, Chargers 6. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming. And now here is another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. And they will take a knee here. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Las Vegas, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.